sir.
Okay.
Hi, Pallab sir. Good afternoon. And first of all, I would like to congratulate you and your team on winning the Employee Choice Award of W.E Matter. And I welcome you to the interview for W.E Global Employee Choice Award 2022.
Thank you, Arundhati, and thanks for recognizing our efforts. It's all a combination of hard work put in by 18,000 employees. So thank you very much for recognizing that.
And I would also like to convey my thanks on behalf of our company for allowing us and taking some time out of your busy schedule for this interview, sir.
Anytime.
And today, we are interviewing the CHRO of Equitas Small Finance Bank Limited. I welcome Mr. Pallab Mukherji. Now, I would request you to please take a couple of minutes of yours to tell our viewers about your journey, sir.
My personal journey, I joined Equitas about 2.5 years ago. As you can imagine, I joined and the world changed, right? So yes, it was a big disruption for all of us. But fortunately for me and Equitas, we came out reasonably unscathed. Yes, the portfolio did kind of undergo a little bit of stress, but we are coming out of it. We see that the economy and the credit growth is sustained. So we are actually looking forward to a bright future for the bank coming 23-24.
Okay, sir. So I'm going to begin with my first question, sir. Sir, my question is that why is employee engagement important for Equitas to succeed?
See, Equitas is a growing organization. We first need to recognize that. So we actually became a bank only in 2016, right? And if we can imagine 2016 to 2022, we have had two major disruptions, right? One is on the demon side, and of course the pandemic. Now, and in this span of time, we have had to add employees, we have had to grow. So we were around 5,500 odd employees in 2016. We are at 18,000 plus now. We are across 18 states. So from just a microfinance and a bit of commercial vehicle organization, we have gone into multi-product where I offer products on the liability side, which any other bank can offer, and as well as on the asset side, we have expanded our portfolio to mortgages and MSME sector. So we have expanded a lot, right? Now, when you're growing at this pace, right, it needs a set of dedicated, committed employees to kind of help people grow, right? And this dedication can only come if employees are passionate about their work, right? Because it's only when you're passionate then you put in discretionary efforts, right? So all of us are kind of get the discretionary efforts, and only when you're passionate you probably use every opportunity as a learning opportunity, right? And you try to shorten the learning cycle, so to say, right? So, and how do you develop that passion? You develop a passion provided you have those few key elements, which relates to do I have all that I need to do my work successfully, in terms of whether the environment, the physical environment is safe, whether I have the freedom to talk to anyone, whether I have the freedom to get feedback on a continuous basis. So these are all whether I have opportunities to grow. So these are all elements which lead to this engagement, right? So therefore, what we try and do is to give them the opportunity to engage and fuel their passion. And in a growing company in particular, you probably can grow only when employees grow with you. So that's what we have tried to do, and that's why employee engagement is such a key factor in our growth journey.
Great, sir. So my second question is that what unique strategies did your company follow to ensure retention and engagement of employees?
So you would have exchanged a lot of emails with me, and my email has a tagline which says care and connect, right? So the care and connect forms the core of what HR stands for it at Equitas, right? So therefore, whatever we try to do, we try to connect with as many employees as possible, and we try to demonstrate genuine care and compassion for them. I'll give you very few small things. Firstly, all our telephone numbers are actually available to every employee. So it's available on the intranet, so to say. So any employee at any point of time can reach any person in management, including Vasu, who's my MD. Okay, so anybody can call any of us up. Doesn't depend whether he's one day, one night, whatever have you in this organization. She has the access to everybody in this organization. So that's the first thing that we allow people. Then there are obviously the connects that we do either through a town hall or through a virtual video calls, or whatever we have done. You I'm just letting you know that when the first wave struck, actually, within a month's time, every single employee who was part of the bank at that point of time had received a call from their HR. Every single 17,500 odd employees that were present in the bank at that point of time would have received a call, just asking about his or her well-being and his or her family's well-being, and giving them a set of telephone numbers which were to be used in any case they needed a hospital bed, they needed any medicines to be delivered, they needed groceries to be delivered, uh, you know uh, the works that you can think about to lead a normal life. We did all. um, Secondly, what we try and also do is acknowledge the contribution of families at work, right? So we have like many other organizations, we also have a high achievers club, right? The uniqueness, of course, is probably that you could say that I have a combination of loyalty and performance being combined as a high achiever, right? But what's important for us to know is that the high achievers letter is actually addressed to the spouse or the parent of the high achiever. Uh, so you actually try and congratulate the family member for allowing this person to contribute to Equitas in a big manner. So yeah, so those are some of those. You know, we are. You could think of normal engagement. You could think about picnics and raw, festival celebrations and cricket tournaments that happen typically in most organizations. But if you ask me uniquely what we do, then probably these would stand out as something that you know we do differently from other organizations. It's all good.
Okay, sir. Thank you for the answer. So my third question is that what are some key ways to drive a successful organization culture?
Yeah, now this organization culture is a big element for you. So first of all, let's acknowledge that. So we are probably one of the few organizations which have a dedicated team which kind of is expected to ensure, espouse, uh, and inculcate organization culture in the organization. Right? So that's the first step. Our organization culture is defined through a values. We have a value-based organization culture. So we have 5 values which we espouse, and we kind of take every employee through during induction. You're taken through these values and stuff like that, right? But how do we try and inculcate it to your daily life? Something as follows. So, for example, so our 5 values are customer first, respect for people, fairness and transparency, ownership, and pride of performance. Okay, so these are our five values. Now, uh, so let's take fair and transparent as an example, right? Uh, so now, when I say we are fair and transparent, what does it mean? Correct. Uh, it so we try and break that down into some elements. So we break that down, say, into four elements, right? So we say, what are the four elements? Four elements are objectivity, justice, communication, and disclosure. Right? So then we break it down. Then what we do is that, like, even then, people may or may not understand the full aspect of it, right? So then I say, okay, let's talk about justice. Now, justice, what all does it include? It includes uh, involving stakeholders in all decision making, right? Proactively admitting errors and omissions, being responsive to feedbacks, and explaining why of the decision. So now you understand, Arundhati, if I break it down into simpler forms, then it's easier for the employee to understand and appreciate what this is all about, right? So that's what we try to do. Of course, we also have created something like a reward club kind of stuff, where people who showcase these elements, we try to reward them in some manner. Now, again, that is common. But what is not common is we also call out the supervisors that, in your region, we find most people, um, glorifying this pride of performance value. So then the supervisor also has a stake in trying and espousing the organization value. You create as many evangelists as possible for welcoming people, for getting people into the system who will you know espouse the values for you. That's the purpose.
Okay, sir. Great, sir. So my next question is that with more Gen Z entering into the workforce, what are the critical changes that your organization is bringing about?
So I personally think we just overcomplicate this matter of Gen Z, and we try to probably create too much demarcations. Actually, they're all at the end of the day Homo sapiens, right? So they're absolutely normal people. What is different for them is probably they have been used to technology. They've been used to certain things from their childhood. So a mobile phone, we must have got sometime during our middle age, whereas they're it's the killy stuff that they see when they grow up, right? So therefore, their comfort with technology, their comfort, um, with all matters which are technical in nature is much more than maybe the previous generations. So what we try and do is that ensure that we give them that comfort, that tech is available to you to kind of work. Now, so what does this tech do for you, right? So let's kind of try and get there. Tech for me does two things. Okay. One is flexibility. It allows you flexibility in what you want, how you want. And the other is the convenience, right? Where you want to do it, when you want to do it. So that's the part that relates to convenience. Um, Now, the first part I can give, right? In terms of how you want to do it, you can make available various kinds of technology, the bank. The second part of it, which is your flexibility, unfortunately, a banking organization is slightly difficult to do because we are mandated by regulators that you need to operate within certain guidelines. Our branches need to remain open. There needs to be customer interaction of a certain kind, and the like, right? So that is a little more difficult for me to do. However, what we try and do is give them more roles, more opportunities to grow. So then you get the um, convenience in some other manner than what might be commonly ascribing to. So yeah, that's how it's about Gen Z. So we we have Gen Z, millennials, and Gen X like me who are part of the bank, and all of us make a great bank. It's not that any particular generation is responsible. All of us together making a great bank. So let's face it, in 6 years' time, we have grown at least threefold, and we are looking forward to becoming an universal bank in a short while. So yeah, it's the way to go, I guess.
Okay, sir. Great, sir. So my next question is that what do you consider as your biggest achievement? It can be personal or professional.
No, that's a tough one. I really don't know if I have the biggest achievement, and I don't know how to contextualize it. I'll be honest. Um, I can tell you what I feel happy about. Okay, so that's something that's easier to talk about. What I feel happy about is that I went into a building, and normal. It's an office building, some kind, and the security guard, suddenly stood up and said, "Hello." I was like, "Yeah, hello, hello, how are you?" Like you would normally do, and he said, "Sir, you remember me? I was there in your bank, and you had helped me the day when there was a ruckus on the street." So I think when you get acknowledged by people whom you have consciously or unconsciously helped in unforeseen circumstances, I think that gives me a high. You know, I, I think that probably makes me smile internally than anything else, any other uh, material acknowledgement of any kind. At a very broad level, I think wherever I have been, I have consciously tried to establish um, HR as a heard voice. HR, we firmly establish HR as one of the drivers of business. So therefore, that's something that I acknowledge as maybe a professional achievement of sorts.
That was a very interesting answer, sir. So my next question is that what message would you like to give to young HR professionals?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm the right person for that, but HR professionals, few things are important. One is that you understand the business that you're in, right? Whichever business you're part of, please understand the business. Please understand what are the levers that contribute to the bottom line of the business, and try and see which of those levers can you influence. So that's the first thing that an HR person must. The two other things that the HR person probably must have is uh, demonstrate trust. Demonstrate that you're trustworthy, both to the organization as well as the employee. And probably most importantly, uh, demonstrate empathy, because that's what people look up to you for.
Thanks for that message, sir. So my next question is that what do you think about the initiatives and approach of We Matter?
Uh, so I think Prashant and me we know each other for quite some time. I think what he has got together is a transparent, multi-generational approach, which appeals to all sections of employees. So I must say and congratulate the team for creating that, for implementing that seamlessly across organizations. Yeah, and look forward to more work.
That means a lot, sir. So my final question is that what are the 3 words that you would use to describe We Matter and its work?
Okay, reliable, responsive, respectful.
That was my final question, sir. Thank you so much for your kind words and showing enthusiasm till the end of the interview. And it was really nice meeting you, sir. And wishing you a great day ahead.
Thank you, Arundhati. Thanks
Thank you
for
so much, sir. Bye,
came
sir.
to speak with me. Thank you. Take
It
care.
was my honor, sir. Thank you.